and I'm proud to share a little bit of my story about living with dyslexia, ADHD, and being neurodivergent. Uh, I was diagnosed at 27 with ADHD and dyslexia, and a few other things in the mix. But I guess the story that I wanted to share today is about, I guess, my journey into university. So when I first entered university as a mature age student at 30, I started with neuroscience as I wanted to understand, I guess, my brain and how that works, so then I can help people understand how theirs works. Um, and it was interesting because I just thought it was going to be biology and neurochemistry or whatever else. But it was very psychology heavy and statistics heavy, which now that I know from my dyslexic brain, I was just like, why am I struggling so much? Like I'm an intelligent person, yet all this dense text and just abstract thinking and theory, it's just so difficult for me to wrap my head around. So I decided to switch to molecular biology when I took that for one of my second year courses at UNSW, and realized that visual thinking and just visualizing biology in my head is just so much easier to process and learn information. So yeah, I found out I'm a visual thinker, which was interesting. And my brain processes things through, I guess, systems, connections and patterns. Uh, and this definitely, I guess, came out, yeah, when I did do that first year, that second year molecular biology course. So I knew this was my path. Science made sense, but when I could see the moving parts and pieces, I could just connect them like a puzzle, like, yeah, piece them together like a puzzle, if that makes sense. Um, I feel dyslexia affects how I interact with written information, definitely. And it's interesting because I've got two research assistants I'm working with at the moment, and I've just kind of been struggling with ways of working. So I expressed to them earlier on this week, I was like, I would really appreciate it if rather than just providing me a document with text and stuff in it, would you be able to video record yourself explaining what's in the actual text, it's like document or system you've created, just so I can understand it better because I'm definitely more auditory and like visual learner, and it's easy for me to process things because text just doesn't sit well and it gives me anxiety for some reason. I think I just always second guess myself when it comes to just like reading and trying to see if I've interpreted things properly or just read it well. And yeah, it's been an interesting journey, discovering how my brain processes things. Um, but it was interesting actually with when AI came into play because I used to get help with a tutoring to help structure my essays and stuff like that for my assessments. But with the help of I could actually get AI to do that for me. I'd have all the information. It could just help me restructure it, and not only just like help me with that, but also explain like why it's done it and how, and show me the process, um, which was just really amazing because yeah, I'm a very curious person and love learning. So it's just that I just don't want to let AI do all the work. So it was very interesting to have that as something that's definitely been helping me through my university degree. Um, Also, I think, I guess, just generally for neurodivergence, for me, it's been definitely challenging, but I also love knowing what I'm up against. So I know, or I can become more self-aware and understand how I work. But first, need to know what you're dealing with. Like I'm proud of my dyslexia and my ADHD and my neurodivergence, because they're not barriers for me now that I know what I'm working with. They can be at times, but I do love those parts of myself. They're very unique to me and they help me express my ideas, creativity, and process things in a systems thinking manner and help me with education and the research that I do. There was one thing that I would love for everybody to take away from this about being dyslexic or ADHD is that your brain is not broken. You do not need to be fixed. Uh, the systems, in particular for me, the education system is not designed, it wasn't designed with us in mind, us neurodivergent people. So don't feel that you're the issue. Um, yeah, as I said, your brain is not broken and you have a lot of talent and gifts. Sometimes it's just harder to identify these things when the system just keeps pushing you down. But yeah, just try to take some of the weight off yourself if you can, because I have taken some of the weight off myself and life's just gotten more enjoyable and a bit more manageable. And I know how difficult it is navigating this life. But yeah, just your brain is not broken, and that's all I can say, really.